Dear students, hope you are great. Today we are going to take chapter 1, Matter and its properties, section 2, Classification of matter. Matter can be classified either as a pure substance or a mixture. So any matter can either as a pure substance or a mixture. What is the difference between pure substance and mixture? Pure substance is a substance that the composition that made up matter is the same throughout and does not vary from sample to sample. So the composition of pure substance is the same throughout and does not vary from sample to sample. For example, copper. The atom that made up copper does not vary from sample to sample. So it's a pure substance. Look, the atom. When you get or bring another sample and observe the atom inside this sample, you observe that the copper or atom that made up a copper does not vary. It's the same as the first sample. So it's a pure substance. Pure substance can be an element or a compound. Copper is an element. Why? Because it only made up of only one type of atom. The atoms that make up copper are all the same. Look. And only one type of atom. One type. So it's an element. Compounds are also pure substance. For example, water molecule H2O, made up only of two kind of atoms, hydrogen and oxygen. So it's a compound and also pure substance. Why? Because when we get two samples of water molecule, you observe the atoms that made up two samples are the same, does not vary, so it's a pure substance. This is oxygen and the white atom is a hydrogen. So water molecules contains two different kinds of atoms, hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen, which is white one, and oxygen red, like a red atom here, like this one. So compound also pure substance, because when we get two samples of the water, we can identify that the two samples that made the atom that made up two samples are the same, does not vary. So it's a pure substance. Mixtures. Mixtures, in contrast, contain more than one substance. So mixture contain more than one substance. Mixture is a blend of two or more kinds of atoms. When blend two or more kinds of matter, each of which retain its own identity and properties, the parts or components of mixture are simply mixed together. When you mix two substances together physically, and we can separate, can usually be separated, like pizza, like salad. You add a mixture and you can separate vegetables in the salad, so it's a mixture. Another example, mixture of 5% sodium chloride, salt, and water. When you mix it and water, we can separate it by boiling or by boiling the water or salt water. When you boil salt water, what happens? The water will evaporate and the salt remain at the bottom. So we can separate, so it's a mixture. Another example, cheese and tomato sauce in the pizza. You can observe cheese and tomato sauce, and we can separate it. You can separate the cheese from tomato. So it's a mixture. We have two kinds of mixture, homogeneous and heterogeneous. Mixtures that are uniform in composition are said to be homogeneous. So mixtures that contain uniform composition are homogeneous, like salt water, or when you add sugar plus water, like this glass first picture. When you add salt or sugar here, you cannot observe the particles of salt or sugar inside the water. Like a juice, we cannot observe the sugar inside the juice. And the composition are uniform. The composition that made up juice or salt water or sugar plus water is uniform, so is a homogeneous. What about heterogeneous? Mixtures that are not uniform throughout are said to be heterogeneous. Like when you mix clay plus water, you can observe clay particles. You can observe clay particles, and you can distinguish in clay from or sand from water. So it's a heterogeneous mixture. So heterogeneous mixtures that are not uniform throughout. Like another example, like salad, you can distinguish or observe tomato from another vegetable. So it's heterogeneous. Like garbage, like sand plus water, you can observe sand inside the water. So it's a heterogeneous mixture. That's it. Thank you. Thanks for watching.